Hello again all, it's JordanOfGaia and welcome to another vlog video. So today just has been really interesting to me because I've been working, and working is obviously quite good fun, but it also enlightens me on what other people think about me, and as we've gotten across in the past few videos, I'd like you guys to understand a little about me, and in particular today we got talking about music and music tastes and why everybody's so different. And it really got me understanding this idea that obviously a lot of people are into the chart music. That's why it's called pop music. It's popular. That's where the word comes from. But I'm not in any way, shape or form. I'm a massive heavy metal fan. I'm into the rock music. I'm into the darker side of the musical arts, the guitars, the drums, the evil lyrics, all that kind of nonsense. But I'm also into like the gen and the riffs and everything heavy about music, basically. So I thought today, doing something a little bit different, I'd show off another daily. So we're going to be doing something called Bork. We're going to be killing an enemy called Bork. He's a big orc, hence the name. And he's in the chaos tunnels. He's really easy to get to. We just have to take a short trip through the wilderness. And if you play RuneScape, you'll know what the wilderness is. So we're going to do that, and it's going to be really cool. But in the background today, rather than just like the RuneScape music or me talking all the time, I'm going to be talking most of the time anyway. But I'm going to have in the background some of the music that I really like to listen to, and hopefully you guys will as well. It's not going to be loud, I hope. It's not going to be loud, but it's just something for you to get to know me, for you to understand what I'm like, what I like. But it's also something just to alter the format of the video, you know, shake things up a bit. A bit of music never hurt anybody, so it's going to be quite interesting to do. So yeah, I hope all you guys enjoy the music that I'm going to put on. So I'm going to start with something a bit lighter than just like I'm going to go all in and full-blooded for the heavy metal. We're going to go something quite genty, quite awesome. But yeah, it's going to be really good. They're by one of my favorite. This song's by one of my favorite bands of all time. It's called who are called Being, and the song's called DNA. So hopefully it's going to be really cool while we progress into the chaos tunnels. And I hope you guys will tell me like what kind of music you guys are into. I mean, obviously stereotypical again, like this idea that, you know, computer people are into. I don't know what kind of music computer people are into actually. I think it does vary quite a lot. I myself, I've been into metal for years and years, ever since I can really remember. I think approximately about certainly year 7, year 6, if not earlier than that. I was listening to things like Papa Roach, Linkin Park, even Iron Maiden on occasion. Which were all amazing bands, and I have a really big nostalgia factor for them. I absolutely love them. But I think the first proper band I ever listened to that were really heavy were probably Killswitch Engage, and that was the As Daylight Dies album from many eons ago. But it's so good, and I still listen to that album today. It's absolutely fantastic. The singer in Killswitch Engage is called Howard, and he's just superb and everywhere. It's not to say the rest of the band aren't amazing as well, they are. It's just Howard's the only one I remember the name of, and Jesse, of course, who's back in the band now, which I'm very happy about, because obviously they've done other albums with Jesse, and Jesse's also incredible, and I could go on about them forever. But that's not what we're doing today. We're doing Chaos Tunnels and Bork and talking about random shit, as I always do, which is going to be great fun. So as you can see, we're making our way through the Chaos Tunnels. And what we're going to do, we're going to end up going to the left here. Now, I probably could and should have recorded the path, but I can do that another day as well, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. If you want to know how to get to Bork, I can either just tell you, or you can follow this. As long as you're pointing north on the compass, you can just follow my route, which is good, which is why I always have north to the top of the compass, so nobody gets confused. So there he is. Nice level 107, and you can see we've got the JordanOfGaia Elite. Now before I click this button to go next, we can just examine the area. As you can see, it's just one big room. Here's me standing alone going hello. There he is, waiting to be attacked, level 107. He's not very strong, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. And here we go again. So to start with, the first thing I want to do is I want to get onto the correct combat setting, which is number 3, and I want to pray melee, which will halve the damage he can do to me. Next thing I want to do is take my super attack and super strength, I just happen to have one of each left, which is great. And the thing that I'm aiming to do here, more than anything, just so I can maximise my reward, and I know what I've forgotten to do, I've forgotten to equip my wealth in again. Oops. So I can maximise my reward. You can see I've got this yellow bar underneath my health bar, and that's, I can't remember what that's called actually. adrenaline, it's called adrenaline. And we want to get that basically as high as possible before the second phase of the fight. Because the second phase of the fight is going to summon ads. It's going to summon these little goblin creatures that are really small, fragile, but they do quite a bit of damage. But most importantly, they drop charms, and charms are used in the summoning skill. And the summoning skill is really long-winded to level up because it requires you to do a load of combat or fire making if you're willing to spend that long doing fire making, because you get charms from fire spirit. To gather the charms you need in order to train summoning by creating pouches. And this enemy, Bork, is the only enemy in the entire game, excuse me, that guarantee drops charms. Now as you can see, these guys are making their way next to me, and my ideal is to have all of them next to me, which I'm pretty close to now. So now I'm going to use the ability 7 that I've got set 7, which is called Flurry. And what Flurry does is it attacks all the enemies around me, so I'm killing Bork at the same time, but I'm also killing these guys. So without me having to change my target off the main target, so I'm always damaging him to make the fight as efficient as possible, basically, I can just repeatedly use Flurry and kill them off without having to just move across. Well, obviously I'm killing Bork really quick, so I'm just going to finish them off, which I've now done, which is great. Use Flurry one more time and that should be the end of him. Now, those of you who are keen-eyed will notice I'm wielding Enhanced Excalibur and I forgot to use the special ability on that. Oops. But it doesn't really matter. What Enhanced Excalibur does, if you don't already know, is all I have to do is click this, and I say for Camelot, increase my defense level and regain HP, which is amazing. It's one of the best weapons in the game. I highly recommend picking it up if you're thinking of dual wielding in combat. So now what we can do, we've picked up all our charms at 14, 10, 4, 3. Pretty nice. Should have won Ring of Wealth, would have got a few more, but yeah. We live and learn. Don't forget again, but it's not the end of the world. So we've killed Bork. That's the end of the daily. We don't have to do that again for another 12 hours, which is superb. But highly recommend doing that every day. Just free loot, isn't it? 2 rubies, 2 emeralds, 2 sapphires. I would have got a diamond if I'd have run my Ring of Wealth. I'd have had 3 extra charms. I'd have had more greens. No more blues. You only ever get 10, unless you do the What Lies Below quest, I believe it's called, which I haven't done yet, which is great. So we've done Bork, which is wonderful. So now what I'm going to do, I've got a preset here of my aptly named role-playing set, which is my favourite set in the game, the task set. 3, 1, 1, 3, 1. Yeah, I'm not very good at the task set, but I do love wearing it. I think it's really cool. And now I'm just going to be really cheeky and lazy and just prayer restore to get all the prayer that I used back. Awesome, we're back to full strength. So going back to music, I'm a really big heavy metal fan, as you can probably hear in the background still. We've listened to enough Being for now, so we'll go back to something different. We can try something a bit more punky, something a bit more well known, and I think we will do that. Now, I'm a big fan of covers, especially covers of good music. So we're going to try something very interesting when my computer stops lagging, which would be amazing. Which it's doing now. I'm playing the wrong song. So let's play the correct song. There we go. Now, most of you who watch this video, or eventually watch this video, which would be incredible, will know this song. It's by a band called Alien Anthem. It's called Movies, and it's just incredible. It's an incredible song. Awesome. So you've noticed that I'm not playing the really heavy metal. I'm trying to wean you guys into it, because the really heavy metal's probably a bit too far. Otherwise you'll all just be like, what is this crap, and click off my videos immediately. Which is something I'd rather you didn't do, obviously, because I want you to be entertained by my content. So we've done one daily, and I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I want to do. Like, I could do the circus, but I want to save that for another video, just to basically show how quick that can really be, and that'll probably be tomorrow's video, actually, thinking about it. Make it really nice and fast. So what we can do is we can take advantage of the fact that I haven't played some daily events. Specifically Elder Logs, which is actually quite a good idea, actually, because they can be annoying to get to, and we can show off some of the locations of Elder Trees. So we'll do that. So I'm going to equip my dragon hatchet over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to make our way to 3 very easy locations of where... Oh, I forgot to put my pick away because I'm awesome like that. There are 3 very easy locations for Elder Trees. or very easy to get to. The first one, is, well, two of them are Lodestone teleports. That was the Lodestone map, but the one I'm actually going to go to thinking about is the Cabbage Port one. So if you've got Explorer's Ring 4 or 3, I think 3 has it as well. Don't know if that was allowed then because I scratched my headphones there. I think 3 has it as well, but you can teleport to the Cabbage Patch near or south of Falador, I believe it is. And basically you just have to run immediately north and there's an elder tree. So there's a herb patch, I've got herb growing there, I'm going to do a farm run. Again, that'll probably be in tomorrow's video as well. So now we're at an elder tree, and obviously I have to put 30 logs because that's my daily, as we will see. There it is, 30 elder logs. So we have to do this in order to complete this daily, so this is a good opportunity for me to just show off a couple of locations, because I won't get all 30 from this tree. It might take a little while as well, so I can just talk random shite to you, which is good. So, going back to music, I'm a heavy metal fan, I'm a rock fan, I love guitars, but I also really love lyrics. I absolutely love lyrics. I think lyrics are the best way of conveying emotion that songs really have. I think songs without lyrics, most of the time, aren't as good as songs with lyrics. That's not to say there's not exceptions. There's a band called the Black Mages that did, like, essentially rock versions of the gaming music in the Final Fantasy series, and they're all fabulous songs, and they don't need lyrics because they bring the nostalgia factor to me because they were from a game. And there's also some non-lyric songs that I've listened to before now that are superb, just instrumentals that people have come up with that are absolutely fantastic. So there are definitely exceptions to that, but for the most part I prefer lyrics in my songs, so I can really sing along, so I can sing along to them. And learn them and understand what they're trying to convey. If there's a message, and even if there's not a message, what are they trying to say? What emotions are they trying to get across? Is it rage? Is it sadness? Is it love? These kinds of things. That's what I enjoy about the music I listen to. Yes, it might be heavy. Yes, it might be hard, but it's also got a fragility to it that not a lot of people can understand. And that's probably why I like it, because I feel special that I can communicate with that kind of music. So we've listened to a song by Alien Ant Farm. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move on to something a little bit heavier, but hopefully not too heavy that people get turned off by it. So this kind of brand of music I'm about to put on is what's known as power metal. And power metal is very stereotypically, you've got the long-haired guys, you've got this, heavy, fast guitars, but there's very little screaming involved in the music itself. And again, it's going to be a cover. So this is a band called Hammerfall, and they released the album No Sacrifice, No Victory in 2009, and one of the songs was a cover of My Sharona. So that's the song I'm going to put on, and it's probably my favourite version of the song ever. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well while it's on. It's an absolutely fantastic song. It's really, really cool, and very different to probably anything you've ever heard before in terms of My Sharona. So it's great. It's great. Trust me, it's really, really cool. So we're cutting logs, doing not a whole lot, and I'm talking at you while we're having music on. So it's not too bad. I hope it's very enjoyable for you guys. And I wonder if any of you listen to like rap music. I mean, obviously me talking about lyrics a lot. Rap music has some of the best lyrics ever. Now I'm not talking about the modern rap where it's like I've got a big ass house or I've got a girlfriend that I want to bang, all this kind of crap nonsense that's just unnecessary. I'm talking about some proper good classic Eminem lyrics, talking about this idea that you only get one chance to seize the opportunities that you have in life, and you've got to make the most of it. And when somebody does give you that opportunity, you really should try your best. But that's also not to say that I don't love the fun lyrics as well, like Just Lose It and Without Me, things like that. Those kind of songs from Eminem are absolutely superb as well, because they're just funny and it just make you want to laugh and sing along, and they just give you a good vibe. They make you happy, and that's probably why I listen to music more than anything, because it makes me happy. I enjoy it. I've probably had more time in my life listening to music than not if I didn't include sleep. If I didn't include sleep in the time I've been alive, I would definitely say I've listened to music longer than I haven't done. Which is probably a strange fact about me, to be honest. I spend more time with headphones on than without headphones on. If I can help it, of course. Obviously, in some cases I can't, like I'm in lectures or I'm at work, or you're taking lessons of some kind or another, or you're with friends, you've gone out, you're socialising, but even then you've probably got music in the background, so, a lot of time there is music in the background. There's very little time in this world where everything is silent, to be honest. So yeah. But there's so many genres of music out there that it baffles the mind, really. I mean, you've got, as I've been talking about, the amount of genres within this brand of heavy metal is almost beyond comprehension in some ways. Like, you've got post-hardcore, you've got metalcore, you've got power metal, death metal, black metal, melodic metal, new metal, like just loads of nonsense. And we've just ended a tree, so we'll go to the next one, which is going to be Varrock Lodestone. Yeah, you've got all these kind of sub-genres, if you will, of the music, and then you've got pop, which can break down into just pop music, R&B, you've got rap, you've got techno, you've got grunge. Grunge is grime. Grunge is a bit more rocky. Grunge, you've got grime, you've got all kinds of stuff. And everybody has, of course, their own niche, their own likes, their own dislikes. And I think that's awesome in this world, because if everybody enjoyed the same thing, I think the world would be rather boring. You couldn't have well, not that I'm a fan of arguments, but you couldn't have these war of opinions that tend to bond people more than separate people. When people disagree with something, it's like they say opposites attract. When you disagree with something, that's almost like a way of saying, I'm not going to just conform to you, I am my own person. And people seem to get along with that idea that, yeah, I'm me and you're you, and we're going to like each other for what we are, if we are going to like each other at all. And I think that's a really cool thing. I don't want somebody to just, blindly follow me. That's really boring. Like, I'm not this kind of sadistic emperor kind of figure where I'm just like, you must agree with what I say. No, I want people to argue with me. I want people to fight their corner. And random shit turning up on my screen. Excellent. Yeah, I want people to fight their corner. I want people to have their own opinion, to stick by their own opinion, to want their own opinion to matter to them. I think that's one of the best things you can do, is stick up for yourself, stand up for yourself, believe in what you enjoy. Don't let somebody else tell you how you should enjoy your life. And I've just put on probably a song that's a bit too heavy, actually, thinking about it. So we're going to move to something else. Yeah, this is definitely too heavy for most people. We'll do this eventually, but we'll move on. We'll pause that. Pause, please, thank you. We'll move on to something a bit less aggressive, because y'all don't need that kind of aggressiveness in your lives right now. So here's the second elder tree that we've been basically attacking. Yes, let's go for this. This looks good. So we'll go for this. So this is a song called Welcome to Oblivion. It's by Medina Lake. Another very good band, in my opinion. And again, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying the music that I'm putting on in the background. It's just something interesting, a new kind of format. And I forgot what I was talking about, which is good. Yeah, stand in your corner, fight in your ground, being different. I don't think I could ever accept myself if I allowed somebody to dictate who I was going to be. I want to be myself all the time, and I will always be myself, no matter what anybody says. Like, in the place where I work, a couple of the other people I work with enjoy the kind of music I listen to, but I obviously go that little bit further. I listen to the really dark, the really, really heavy stuff. Now, I could put that on, but I don't know whether my viewers would enjoy that, whether you would enjoy that. So, if I get the feedback that you would enjoy me putting on like the really dark, heavy stuff that I have, then I'll do it. That's not a problem. I'll be more than happy to do it. But if this is the kind of music you enjoy, or even if you're willing to accept, because this is what I enjoy, and it's of course my channel, so I'm going to put on what I want, then that's also fine. I'll be more than happy to just leave this kind of style of music on as well. But I hope you guys are going to be willing to tell me what kind of things you enjoy, what kind of music you listen to. Like, do you go out running with music on? What kind of music G's you up? What fires you up? What puts you down? What helps you go to sleep at night? Perhaps some people listen to music to fall asleep. Some people use music to energize themselves. Some people use music in order to allow them to express their emotions more, like being able to not necessarily cry, but just release any kind of stress or strain that they have. Music allows them to do that. It allows them to relax. So that's interesting to me. That's something that I think every individual is different with. I don't think everybody likes. I don't think there are two people in this world that like every song another person does, and don't like every song another person does. I think everybody is at least unique in their own way, and I think that's a really good thing. Certainly I am. There's nobody I know that likes every band that I like, or at least I've never met them. There are bands I like. Like, for instance, at university we have a society called RockSock, where all the rockers come together, and of course I was a part of that. And some of the bands that I listened to nobody had heard of, never mind enjoyed or disliked. You've never even heard of them, which is also great. You know, you're into your own niche kind of music, that you find different bands. But equally, the bands that we both knew, for instance, I'm a big fan at the moment of Ouroboros, or Ouroboros, however you want to call them. They're an Australian melodic death metal band, and I introduced them to some of the rocksockers. Some of them really liked it, and others really didn't. They didn't enjoy it at all. You know, and we're unique. Yes, we're all like rock music fans, but we have our own individual tastes. Even into the subgenres, we're not simply robots who are like, yeah, metal, or yeah, pop music, or anything like that. We have our own tastes within the genres itself. You know, different singers convey different things to different people, and we attune to that in different ways. Like, I love melodic things with riffs and things that allow me to headbang and really get energized and attack, whereas some people like the slower, more dark side of the metal scene, and some people like pop music that's really uplifting and full of life, which is the only kind of pop music I really enjoy, to be honest. It's got to be full of life, it's got to be fast, it's got to be enjoyable. Like, for instance, I don't enjoy like Rihanna's music in any way, shape or form, but that's just me. That's not to say I wouldn't listen to it. If say the rest of my colleagues in a workplace all really enjoyed Rihanna's music, then that's probably what we'd listen to, because the majority of people would like to listen to that or can tolerate that, and that's only fair. You know, I understand the music I listen to is a very, very niche market, and as such I have to understand that a lot of people aren't going to like it, and I have to give in to that, and that's also perfectly acceptable. It's not necessarily what I would want, but it's unfortunately how it is. So the third tree we have access to, going back to the woodcutting that I'm currently doing for my daily, of which we are 26 out of 30 done, which is good, is in Lumbridge. Lumbridge? Have I just clicked the wrong place? No, it's in Draenor, isn't it? What a massive tool. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a tool. You heard it here first. It's in Draenor Village. Ignore what you've just seen. Right, let's pretend this never happened. I could edit it out, but obviously I'm doing live recording, and live recording is probably much more fun for you guys to see and see my mistakes and see how human I am. And I hope all you guys do think I'm human, because I am. I'm not some robot that just is like, I want to do everything perfect. No, I want you guys to see my mistakes. I want you guys to laugh at me, laugh with me, you know, enjoy my content, smile with me, and just get to know me as a person. That's the whole idea behind this channel at the moment, is that I want you guys to get to know me, to understand me. So we're going to complete this daily task and get some massive bonus experience. As I've said before, like, doing dailies is like the main way of getting good at this game. So those were a couple of songs by Medina Lake as well that we've just finished. So we're going to move on to something else. We're going to pause this because we can, and I have full control over everything. And we're going to go for something cool. Something very, very cool. Let's go with this. This is cool. Yeah. Let's go for this. This is a very popular song. Yeah. Very popular song. We're getting to the more of the meat of my music now, in Disturbed, and this song is called Land of Confusion. Absolutely superb song. Great music. And most people have heard it. Very, very popular. Of course, it was originally. This isn't the original version again. It's another cover. I'm going to make a fool of myself and not know who the original was by, which is great. I'm not going to say Dio. It might be Dio, but I'm an idiot, so I don't know. So we've completed our little daily event here, and we're going to go and get our bonus experience. And I don't know why I'm running to the bank, because I have to teleport to Bork anyway. And we give our logs away anyway, which is why we get a mystery bag, as you'll see on here. Whenever you have a daily event that requires you to hand over items, this is why dailies are so good. So dailies give you not only the experience of having to do the daily itself to complete it, so I've obviously got an experience for chopping all of those logs, which is good. I'm also going to get a bonus experience for completing the daily, and it's going to be quite a significant amount because it's wood cutting. So we're going to turn in challenges, and we're going to get 24,000 experience, which is a lot, pretty much 25,000. And we've had to give over all those logs that we've got. Now, that's obviously not good. It's cost us some money because those logs are obviously sellable, but that's why the mystery bag is there. The mystery bag kind of refunds us for what we've given away, and I've obviously been given 14 rune iron to compensate for the fact that I've had to give away those logs. So I haven't lost anything. I've simply gained the equivalent amount of money that I earned from finishing the daily, but I've been given bonus XP on top of that, so it's really, really good. But it gets even better when you're doing skills that cost you money. So for instance, if you're given, say, prayer or herb lore, let's take herb lore as the main example. Say I have to create, I don't know, just a random number, let's say I have to create 100 Ceradamin brews, something like that. It would never be anything like that, it'd be a lot less, but let's say I have to create 100 Ceradamin brews. That's obviously really expensive, as herb lore is always expensive if you're buying it. You have to buy the toad flax, possibly the vials, you have to buy the bird's nests, those are the ingredients that make up the Ceradamin brew as per the example. And they're really expensive. That amounts to like 12k per potion. So if we have 100 times 12,000, that's obviously 1.2 mil, I think. And 1.2 mil is a lot. It's a lot of money. You know, okay, to some maybe it's not, but you know, that's a significant amount of money in RuneScape. You're not going to turn down 1.2 million GP. But what the challenge does, obviously, if you have to hand those in, which you do for herb lore, you have to hand in those potions. You get refunded those potions in almost equivalent GE value. So you don't get the in-game value sold by NPC merchants. You get the actual Grand Exchange player value, what the players put the value of those items on. So you lose no money, and you gain a hell of a lot of XP. So it's basically free experience in a very costly stat, which is why the costly stats are the ones you want in the daily events if you can help it. You can't obviously control that unless you've got max level 99 in the stats that you that don't cost you anything, because then you can turn those off. You can toggle max stat dailies, which is a really nice feature. So for instance, I've got 99 fletch and 99 cooking. I will never get dailies for those two skills because I've turned them off. I'm max level. I don't want the dailies for those skills, and the game allows me to do that, which is great. So unless you've got max stats in everything that doesn't cost you money, you can end up obviously doing stats that don't cost you any money. But when you do get dailies in those stats that do cost you money, it's great, it's free XP, and it's the easy way to level up. And I would recommend doing them every single time, without question. They should always be done. Always do your dailies, people. If nothing else you learn from me, always do your dailies. So I think that's going to be the end of the video, actually, thinking about it. We've talked about some music, you guys have gotten to know my music a little bit, my music tastes, and hopefully you guys will share with me your music tastes as well. I think that would be absolutely fantastic, and how appropriate that it's going to be at the end of Disturbed. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is JordanOfGaia signing off, and I will see you all soon. Thank you very much for tuning in. Bye guys!